The number one challenge was that I was misdiagnosed for about 25 years, and so my symptoms were not managed. I couldn't move forward. I kept falling down, couldn't maintain jobs and stuff like that. I was on about 30 different medications over that course of time, and they would help for a little while because they would help during the depressed periods. And then nobody explained to me what manic is, so I thought I was just having good days. And so when the psychiatrist would ask me how I'm doing, I would say, I'm doing good. And they would leave me on that medication, and then I would spin out of control manically, and then I would hit depression again, and they would try a different medication, and it just was a cycle of medications and side effects. And then I finally got the right diagnosis, which resulted in the right medications, and things started getting better. The biggest help has been in the last year. I now have a service dog, and he's trained to help me with a lot of different things, but he has reduced my symptoms quite a bit. The right medication was big. Having a therapist who could say, it kind of looks like you might be starting to cycle again. Do you think you are? And kind of checking in with me and helping me track things. The most helpful thing she ever said to me is, I'll hold your hope until you can hold it again. It's gonna make me cry. So I worked for the Warm Line, and I found a lot of reward in it because I was talking to people and I could share what worked for me and let them know that, it's not hopeless. It feels hopeless at the moment. It's one thing to read about it in a book. It's another to hear somebody's experience. I attempted suicide when I was a teenager. I have been suicidal many times. I've been hospitalized for it. And so I'm passionate about suicide prevention and not being one of those people who says, just get over it, or it's gonna get better, just hang on, but being able to be, like I had somebody who was contemplating right then, overdosing, and I was able to talk to them straight honestly and say, hey, what was it like last time you were hospitalized? Well, it hurt a lot. Okay, so do we really want to go there again? And talk them out of it because of their reasons, not my reasons. I'm now able to hold down a job for 40 hours a week. I got my bachelor's in social work, and I've gone through a couple of different steps to move forward, and now I'm a psychiatric caseworker, so I get to help people while they're getting back on their feet, and that's very satisfying. And I also work with several suicide prevention programs. I'm super excited that we've started the Nevada Caring Contacts program. My role started out because I took a class on suicide and some other classes, and so then we started talking about Caring Contacts and what the goal was behind it. So I helped create some of the background pieces and started doing the tracking and stuff like that, and then I started another job, so I wanted to do it as a volunteer, and so I started working as a volunteer, taking some of the calls, and then moved mostly into organizing. And so now the full name is Nevada Caring Contacts Program, and I'm the coordinator. So I do all the scheduling. I contact the therapists once a week and let them know how the client's doing. If there's a crisis, I let them know that. I've seen people be able to stay out of the hospital, and I've seen symptoms go down, and I've also seen symptoms go down enough that other issues that needed to be dealt with but were under the surface could come up, and we were able to keep people out of the hospital until they could get into live-in treatment center, and just support them. You know, we've had people graduate, which means they've gone from like 7 days a week to 5 days to 3 days to 1 day to calling in on their own when they need somebody. So we've seen a lot of progress. It's made a huge impact because it's something I wish existed when I was going through it. And so it fills a need for me to network and be there for people and let them know that there is so much more in life, you know, if they can just get through this. I really am where I have always wanted to be.